So as we would say down under, today I'm feeling pretty rough as guts. Last night we arrived in pretty late from the Club Nautic here in Valencia to the main marina. They didn't have any berths for us in the main part of the marina, so they put us on the visitors dock, which is on the main channel of entering the harbour of Valencia. So at 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning, this armada of fishing boats are hurning along at 30 knots, maybe 25, 30 knots, have absolutely no regard for any of the sailboats that are docked alongside here. And the V-berth essentially turned into jumping castle, being thrown from corner to corner. Fortunately, the lines held. We didn't have any issue there, but it was a pretty rough start to the day. I got 1 or 2 hours sleep a little bit later, but Laura is also feeling pretty under the weather. We were hoping to set sail today, so let's see if we can get that done.
Hi, I'm Laure. And this is Luke. After years of the city life, we decided to take the path less traveled and live upon the waves. So we did it. We bought a tiny floating home, Talia.
Join us as we discover the Med, push our limits and learn how to sail in the process. That's right, we're only just getting started. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow us as we transition to life on the sea.
Luke and I were supposed to go paddling together, but as you can see, he left without me. Luckily, he came back and picked me up, and we started paddleboarding together, which was frankly not easy in terms of balance.
The last thing we want is some traffic.
Traffic. Traffic! Ah!
If we fall in, just don't drink the water.
I don't want to fall in. I washed my hair yesterday. Be focused!
And she's off and racing. Slow down, babe.
It's not a competition.
Earlier that morning, we were happy to move from the exposed visitors dock to a more protected berth in the regular marina. Here we could avoid the morning passage of the fishermen at least. The weather was looking perfect for our first sail, but before heading out, there was an important job I was eager to finish. In the bilge of the boat, you've got this nifty little thing here called a speed transducer. What it is a small propeller here, which spins as you pass through the water and feeds information through this cable here, telling us exactly how fast we're going. When we bought the boat, this was all clogged with shells and God knows what underneath the boat. The problem with that is this wouldn't spin, and as it wouldn't spin, we didn't know how fast we were going, with the exception of the GPS telling us how fast we were. We want to get this up and running. So what I've done is I've pulled it out of the bilge, sat it in some vinegar, and as you can see, the vinegar has now turned blue. Why has it turned blue? Because the anti-fouling that is used on the hull of this boat is the colour blue. So it's just a bit of slime that's come off in the vinegar as blue. Now what I'm going to do next is reinstall this transducer. Before I do that though, one other tip is to add a little bit of WD-40 around the propeller. That should be enough. Hopefully you can see that she's spinning pretty nicely. So now that the WD-40 is on, the next step is to actually put a little bit of Vaseline on the outside of this entire transducer. So by doing this, it will make sure we slide in nicely into the valve without losing the O-ring around here in the process. Okay, so we're now ready to detach the stopper plug from the bottom of the boat. Okay. Okay, no panicking. That's the key here, just like everything. You can see this flow of water is fairly constant. We're making sure that the arrow is facing nicely the front of the boat. And throughout that entire process, we have avoided the boat sinking. I think we're good to go.
After all this work, and due to the less favorable weather conditions, we unfortunately chose to postpone our sail. So we've decided to go out for an evening walk. We like to do that after dinner so we can digest somehow. It's really lovely around here. We like to do that because we can look at the other boats and
They're noisy boats.
they are, yeah, some of them are pretty noisy behind us because you have actually some sort of channel.
So it's the entrance to the harbour of Valencia here, or harbour. It's more like a big channel, and yeah, you've got a lot of traffic coming and going here. As we
Indeed.
experienced not that long ago when we were here on the F dock.
Exactly. That was a nightmare because the boat were moving a lot. It is Sunday today and Luke went out for a run. I went out before him because I woke up earlier and I had a 2.2 kilometers run. I think he's gonna come back just right now. Anyway, how was your run?
Yeah, just got back from my morning run, and got to admit, I'm kind of regretting the beers that we drank last night. But I did it, feeling good. What do you think about a little sail today?
Yeah, definitely. But first, breakfast.
Breakfast, let's do it.
I've decided to make some banana pancakes. It's a really simple recipe and it only has 3 ingredients. So we have bananas, flour and eggs. So I'll show you guys. It's super easy and super healthy. So for fluffy and healthy banana pancakes, you'll need 2 ripe bananas, 50 grams of flour and 2 eggs. First, mash bananas with a fork until smooth. Add eggs and flour and stir well with a whisk. Then heat a large non-stick skillet over medium-high heat. Spoon batter onto skillet. Cook until tops are covered with bubble and edges look cooked. Carefully turn pancakes over, cook 1 minute or until bottoms are lightly browned. And voila! Serve with some fruits and maple syrup or honey, as you like. So we are about to go out for a sail and we have a shipping out protocol. It is actually 10 steps that we have to follow just to be sure that everything is okay before we go out for a sail. So I'll show you guys.
The wobble. The W is to check the water filter. Check that there's nothing murky in there. Well, I've just checked that earlier and I know it's okay. The O in the wobble is for the oil level. So, just like in your car, checking the level of the motor oil. Very simply, grabbing this, pulling it out, give it a clean first, and then repeat the process. And what we can see here is that the oil level is just over halfway between the 2 points, indicating low and full. So the 2 B's in wobble stand for belts and bilge. The belt on the engine is essentially there for driving both the freshwater pump and also the alternator. Any loosening of the belt will reduce the efficiency of the pump and may reduce the charging input into the alternator. So we're checking for any damage or any unnecessary or excessive tension. Should be able to twist almost 90 degrees. We've got some good tension there and some good twisting, so we're in business. Now for the bilge is actually running throughout the whole boat. It's what collects any water, if water was to come on board, or any oil, gas, or anything that might accidentally fills into, it's like a massive tray underneath the floor. We can see there's a bit of oil down there. Now, admittedly, I'm leaving this here on purpose to collect, just to monitor if it gets a little bit out of control, and also to check if I can see where exactly the oil is dripping from. A little bit of oil dripping is completely normal on a boat of this age, of an engine of this age. What we're doing is checking for any excessive leaking since the last time we checked. The last time we sailed, it wasn't much different to this, so it's completely normal. Now, the L in the wobble is levels. Essentially, it's to check the level of the coolant liquid, which is underneath that cap with the yellow symbol. Now, I've run the engine this morning already, and we're not actually about to go out, but if we were, the engine would be cool, and I would twist that and check that it was topped up with coolant. Now, I'm not going to do it now because, like I said, the engine is a bit warm, and I don't want to risk it blowing up in my face. So always do that when the engine is cool. So the E in wobble is for engine and exhaust. Before starting the engine, check the propeller is clear of any stray lines or anything hanging overboard. Once started, check there's a good flow of water from the exhaust. This is the raw water outlet, which ensures that water is going through the engine to keep the engine cool, and it's being ejected from the boat. We always keep the engine running for a little while so it warms up before setting off. Remove all appliances from the 220 volt plugs. Turn on the starter battery. Disconnect shore power. Run the engine and use the wobble process. Stow away any objects that might move under passage. Close hatches. Turn down the fridge. And check that all safety gear is accessible.
After getting everything ready to go, we were ready to set sails for the very first time. Unfortunately, as we were a bit nervous because of this first experience, we didn't film much. But we'll let you appreciate the rare moments that we captured.
Hey guys, so we just got back from our sail, and man oh man, is it bucketing down outside. We literally just got into the marina just as there was the calm before the storm, and we've just avoided this.
Morning guys, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. We had a pretty late night, just re-rigging a few of the lines. Just woken up this morning to a cracking thunderstorm. Already put the phones in the oven to act as a bit of a mini Faraday cage, just in case things get a little bit too dicey with the lightning. But for now, I'll give you a look at these big dark clouds rolling in. So the good news is it looks like this storm is just passing off to the south of us, so I think for our first storm I'm pretty satisfied to have it passing around the corner of us rather than right on top of us.
Thanks for watching, guys. Tune in next week as we welcome a guest aboard.
Welcome to sunny Valencia.
Thank you. Thank you.
Visit the beautiful city of Valencia.
Today we are visiting Valencia. It's the day off the boat.
And install a new anchor.